Hi there! My name is Aura, and I guess this is the first episode of my Let's Play. I actually thought about doing a Let's Play several years ago, but I ended up deciding against it, and really the reason why I do it now is for a couple of personal reasons, but I also got encouraged by one of the other people here in the server, namely one person in particular I want to thank, who is Pygun MC, or just Pi or Pygun between friends, because he pretty much pushed me to do this. Not that I didn't want to do it already, of course, but he gave me the motivation that I needed to really get started. And I just want to thank him for that. Really, if you like Minecraft stuff, you should go and check him out, or other stuff really. He does other games too, but he does his own Let's Play and he is really good at it, so I strongly suggest you go check him out. Pygun MC. Other than that, I'd just like to quickly thank Bash, because or W92 Bash, because this is actually his server, so go check him out. Check out his Patreon page, especially if you want to join us on this server. But yeah, this is my place. I call it my flower pot, and the reason behind that is because that was the basis for the inspiration that led to this place. I wanted to make a flower plot. I wanted to make a flower pot, and as you can see, it is a little small and cramped, but that's generally how I build. I like things that are compact instead of very big builds, so I decided to go with that here. And yeah, the idea behind this, as I said, was a flower pot. And other than that, well, this is my animal sanctuary. It's supposed to be a haven on the server for animals, where either wild animals can be in safety, or people can bring their animals and I will take care of them. Really, it depends on what comes up. But yeah, so I was saying that I thought about this Let's Play several years ago. Well, back then, first of all, I didn't have a server to play on, but that didn't really play that big a role in my decision. Really, the reason why I decided against it is the reason I decided against it is that I didn't really feel that I could contribute to the Let's Play community. And as silly as that might seem, well, it ended up being the decision that I made that I would at least wait with it. So why is it that I'm suddenly deciding to do this now? Well, that has sort of a root in some personal problems which I'd like to go into, because I wanted this first episode to be sort of an introduction to myself, explaining a bit about who I am, and generally just making an introduction to me as a person. So you see, about once a month, technically it is more like every 5 weeks or 6 weeks, I go to a clinic where I talk with a psychiatrist. And of course, as with many other psychiatrist visits, I generally talk about myself and my problems, my developments, that sort of stuff. And well, a couple of times ago he posed me a question. One of those questions that makes you start to think about stuff. And I'd like you to take this question now, and while I'm doing this episode, think it over yourself and try to find your answer to the question. The question is, who are you? Well, who am I then? Let me answer that while you think about your answer. Well, I'm an engineer. That means that I solve problems. But as it turns out, the most difficult problems to solve is yourself. So, well, why did I get into this gaming thing? It has a root in this general problem actually, because the reason I got into gaming, and also a reason for a lot of the games that I'm seeking out, is I need sort of an escape from reality. And gaming supplies sort of an escape, but also in a way that is sort of like the instant gratification. That's not really the full reason why I like gaming, but it is one of the big reasons. Another reason, and the reason why I came to Minecraft in particular, is that this is a game where I can get the instant gratification of playing games, but also I can be creative. I can make things, I can make pretty stuff, I can build buildings or castles, or I can make machines. In fact, that is the main reason why I started playing Minecraft to begin with, is that I was told about Minecraft and I thought that sounds weird, I'm not sure I'd like to play that, but whatever, it's fine, you can tell me about it if you want. But even then I didn't really look into it. So it wasn't until I just by coincidence stumbled across some what is it called, Let's Plays, or I didn't think it was actually a Let's Play, I think it was a tutorial on a minecart and redstone system. And at that point I was going to university and I was doing digital electronics, and I figured this is a game. I was really interested in it, and I was thinking this is a game where I can do digital electronics. That is awesome. So yeah, I kind of got into the game because of the redstone, and since then with the redstone I make things that I need. I make things that are useful, but I don't make things just to make things, because anyone can do that. I mean, I saw videos of people doing a shift register, and I could say instantly what it was because they knew digital electronics. And you can also say that this is not hard, you've just taken the same thing and copied it a number of times. And I don't really want to do that. It's a waste of my time. I'm just doing the same over and over. So I just do redstone when I need it, and then I can figure out how to do advanced stuff if I really want. But yeah, so I started doing Minecraft way back in beta, and yeah, I think it was a little while after the Halloween update, and yeah, played Minecraft, played vanilla, started playing SMP even though I didn't have too many friends to actually play with. And then I came across, because if I was looking for this technical aspect of it, I came across Etho, as many people know, who I started watching. And, well, he was doing his Minecraft Done technical stuff, which interested me. So I started watching him. And then suddenly one day he did an episode together with BOO and Good Boulderfist, and I thought, who is these guys? So I started checking them out, Good in particular, and the more I watched, the more I continued to watch, and through Good I found Bash, and Bash just clicks with me. I mean, he has this this typical British dry humour, and I say that meant in the best of ways because I think the British humour is brilliant. So yeah, I started watching Bash, and I went back and watched a lot of his stuff from the very beginning, as I did with Good, by the way. Brilliant episode. You should watch it if you like them and you want to watch some Minecraft stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much how I came to know of Bash, and through watching his episodes, I was introduced to the whole supporting people doing YouTube videos and stuff. But I didn't feel that I could really support them directly with donations and stuff, because I have this weird thing with money that says that I do not have money unless I have earned money. And at the time I did not have a job. I was still going to school. So I started thinking about how I could do it. Like, I could do an occasional donation every once in a while, but I decided instead to consequently watch all ads that they were putting out, because at least then I could give them money just by watching their videos, and in the same time giving them views and stuff. And even then, it kind of felt a little hollow. So when Bash put out his Patreon, started that up, I thought that this was great, because now I can actually help support him in a way directly, and in the same time I get access to this server as a thank you for supporting him. And I have followed Bash for a while at that point, and I've seen how much weeding he'd done in his community. A lot of people has been kicked out, quote unquote. They've been told off or directly removed from the community by Bash, simply because of immaturity. And therefore I thought that there's a really good chance here, that's probably one of the best chances of any YouTuber I know, to have an open server community that anyone can join, where you won't get your stuff stolen, or you won't get things blown up or griefing and all that kind of stuff that usually happens on multiplayer servers. So I decided to try it, and I must say I have not been disappointed. This server is full of a lot of lovely people. We have had some trouble. Immaturity and theft and stuff like that, but it's really minor, the problems that we've had, and a lot of the problems that are happening we're actually taking care of ourselves. So yeah, that's how I started doing Minecraft and how I ended up on this server. And well, you could say that I'm a bit of a weird cookie, let's put it that way, because I, unlike many others, I don't have, for instance, I don't have a favourite song, I don't really have any favourite food. I have things I like, and that's what I listen to and what I eat. Like with food, I don't really have a favourite food. I have some things I like a lot. For instance, pancakes. Everybody loves pancakes. But if I have to say a thing you can consume that I really consume a lot of, it probably has to be coffee. In fact, I have a cup right next to me right now. And I probably take a little too much coffee. I've been known to drink more than would give some people heart attacks, so yeah, but I don't really get an effect from the caffeine. I just drink it because I like the taste. As for songs, I really just listen to songs I like, but in general I go for songs that has a meaning to me, or which has a story. One such song is The Reason I can't remember who actually did it. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, that song has a big meaning to me, and I don't listen to it very often because it's one of those songs that has this meaning, and if I overuse it, it will lose the effect. But as it is right now, whenever I listen to it, I start crying. So yeah, but yeah, as I said, I am a little bit of a weird cookie, and that is also in the way I played this game. I mean, you might have noticed already as I'm going around here and doing a little bit of work, is I play with stone tools, and I actually do that on purpose because I feel that stone is a replaceable resource, because I can make like a stone generator and I have infinite stone. While iron, even though the world is technically infinite, technically it's not infinite, but it's almost infinite, and you can get iron from other sources like golems or zombies. It feels like it is a limited resource, so I don't use it. But you might also notice here that I have a couple of diamond tools and a sword on me. The reason I brought them with me is actually to make this point of me being a little weird, because if you might notice, I have this one is actually just for repairing, but the others here, Impatience is my Silk Touch pick, and Avarice is my Fortune pick. And the reason they have these names is to remind myself that they are irreplaceable. They have a value that cannot be replaced by anything, and therefore they should only be used when needed. Also, I have this guy, Cowardice, and that is because, well, why use a diamond sword to kill things when you can use a stone sword? I mean, I can survive pretty well without using diamond swords, so why should I waste the diamonds? But yeah, that is really just one little aspect of my weirdness. Like, when I started doing this, I put out a question on the subreddit. You can also check that out. The SMP Done Sensible subreddit, to ask for a couple of questions for ways of angling this little talk, this introduction to myself. And one of the questions that came up was another one of these favorite things, was my favorite guilty pleasure Let's Player. I have to say, I don't have one. I either have people I like or I have people I do not like, and if I like them, I don't hide it. For instance, I don't mind BOO, but I don't like him. I like Good, I like Bash, I do not like all those screamy Let's Players. You can be pretty damn sure if they're screamy, I hate them. I have strong opinions about everything, and I'm not terribly afraid of saying them. I'm not afraid of swearing either. I just don't really do it. So yeah, I just say what I want, really. But yeah, another one of these questions that came up was why is there a sapling in Uruta's chimney? For those that do not know, Uruta is the other Dane on this server. I actually found out that he was Danish because he has a Danish flag on his house, and he has a really neat chimney that is made of a flower pot. Really good idea. Well, spontaneously a sapling has erupted from it, and the only thing I can say is he doesn't clean it often enough. That's really the only reason I can see why there would be a sapling in his chimney. Maybe it's because he hasn't been on in a while. I miss seeing him around. But we see him every once in a while, and if nothing else, he does participate in the UHCs. Cow, you're going to get hit. So yeah, as I said, I am a little weird, and it's probably a little bit because of my family. Like, I'd say that I probably has one of the best families you can possibly have, in that my family is really, really good I have a very sweet family, both my distant family and my close family, and they are very understanding. My upbringing was pretty normal. The only thing that was really abnormal was myself. Because as I grew up, around when I was 12 years old, I started feeling that something was wrong with me, with how I was and how I fit into the world. And I really used about 8 years since then to figure out what exactly was wrong. And as it turns out, there was something very wrong, but it was not directly related to me. See, the way I act, the way I look, the way I talk, it might make a lot of people confused. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the people on the server has been wondering, what is going on? Who am I? What am I? Well, that's really part of the reason why I wanted to make this episode. But also because of this issue. You see, there is something about me that some people see, some people do not see, and those that do not see it, they usually figure it out after a while. And that is, I am a transsexual, and that is exactly the reason why I'm going to this clinic. I'm talking to a psychiatrist to get treatment, and I'm actually in the process at the moment of legally changing my gender, and through that my given name will also be changed. It has to be, because it has to match the gender, but also to me it's kind of a gift, because I don't feel that it represents me, even though I treasure the name a lot because it was given to me by people I love. So yeah, that's kind of the thing that I'm going around, and it's a problem that gives a lot of emotional trouble. I will have depressions, stuff like that. So taking myself away from reality is really beneficial to me. And that's one of the reasons why I started playing games. The reason why I started doing this Let's Play idea is I needed sort of an outlet, because whenever I think too much about stuff, I do not tell it to anyone. I just keep it inside my own head, and it is driving me insane. So I really needed a place where I could just talk about stuff, and I thought about doing the blog kind of thing. It doesn't really work for me. I thought about just writing down notes and hiding them away so no one would see them, but that doesn't work either. But I'm already playing these games, and through them I get both a creative outlet, and also I get the opportunity to talk while I'm playing. So while I'm playing the games anyway, why not actually talk about the things that are troubling me? So that is pretty much the reason why I decided to do this, because I wanted some place to put my thoughts so that they wouldn't make me insane. Because running around with this issue, you gotta think, you're born in the wrong body, and because of that, things are just wrong. And I mean, I already told my parents that I was seeing a boy. So I've already told them pretty much that, yeah, by the way, grandchildren, it's probably not going to work so well with me. I want to point out, you might have noticed one of the flags on my house. I am bisexual, I'm not actually gay, or whatever you want to call it when you're transsexual. I have no idea, so I'm lucky in that respect that I can just say that I'm bisexual. But I'm seeing a boy, so I already told them pretty much that grandchildren is going to be a little complicated, but then you show up and tell them, by the way, I was born in the wrong body and I'm going to be a woman soon. So yeah, I'm seeking hormone treatment and I will pretty much soon be sterile. So these grandchildren, yeah, there's no bloody chance. You gotta imagine that makes you feel like a complete and utter failure. That's really like, I knew my parents would accept it, even though it's not something they wanted, but it still makes you feel horrible. So yeah, you're struggling with this issue, and because of it you get depressed, you get lack of motivation, stuff like that. And I said that I was an engineer, and that is true. However, lately I have become jobless, and part of that was my own choice. Like, I could actually have told them that I would like to return, but I chose instead to say that this thing is not going to work. And the reason for that is that they expected me to travel a lot. And I mean, that would be fine as long as I could be myself, but I cannot. We're talking about 60-hour work weeks, first of all. And that's a little more than where you can actually have a life. So it would just be working. So rather than doing that, I decided to go away. It should be pointed out that one of the things they also wanted was for me to go to places like Lebanon, a place where I would be sent to jail at least for at least a year, just for being myself. So yeah, I have to admit I'm not very excited about that prospect. And I just can't hide myself away anymore. I have done that for years, and I got to tell you, it makes you feel absolutely horrible. And as soon as you start as soon as you start progressing down this path, there's just no turning back. You cannot change yourself back to what you were before. You can only keep on going. So yeah, that is what I'm doing, and I'm continually progressing, and that's part of what I'm talking with this psychiatrist about. So yeah, right now I am officially unemployed. And of course that gives me time to make these videos and stuff, even though I should be looking for work technically. But I am looking for work, of course, just not with the motivation that I really can, because I'm struggling with this gender issue. And one of the things I have to think about is, in a moment I will officially, legally be female. So how can I actually go and search jobs while being still legally male when I feel so horrible about it? And that's really a question I don't have an answer to. So yeah, I'm not really sure there. I'm not trying to find the answers for all these questions, and that's why I wanted to make this Let's Play, to make myself be able to talk and weigh things, I want to point out that this is not going to be solely about my gender issue, and it's not going to be solely about my thoughts. It's also just going to be me fooling around, sometimes fooling around with people. And yeah, that's really an introduction to who I am. And I know that this episode has now gone on for quite a while, and I should probably end it. So I think I'm going to call it an episode here. So I just wanted to say thank you for watching, if you did. I don't really expect anyone to watch these, but I'd just be happy to have a place where I can talk. So for this episode, I just wanted to present myself, and for the next episode, well, I intend to either do a look around or talk with someone else. What I end up doing, I'm not entirely sure, but I might make a combination. It depends on how this episode goes out. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, at least if you did watch it. So, bye bye now.